I found a way to turn public transportation into an infinite money glitch in Cities Skylines 2. So no need to raise taxes, just pure profit. Let's check it out. So the plan is like this. Build 2 parts of town where people have to transit in between with really expensive public transport and generate tons of profit for it. I think the way it could work is to build one-way streets into each direction. And then I'm going to build a grid on either side. This will be for residential. And then there will be another big grid right here. This will be for industry. Since I'm starting with everything unlocked, I can just zone high density, get in industry, some high density offices, high density commercial, low density commercial, and even low density offices. Basic utilities, of course. And with that, we have the basics set up. And I think people are already moving in. That's great. A lot of things are being built. But now, of course, we're still missing the infinite money glitch. Let's get that started. I'm thinking of using trams for now. So I'll get in a tram depot. Then, of course, we need tram lines just along here and on this street as well. And I connected it up, basically just a simple loop. I'll make a tram station right here and one here. And then we can simply set it up just like this. And typical Cities Skylines 2 style. It's complaining that there are no vehicles available. Why might this be the case? Maybe they can't reach this area. This is a tram depot and this is a tram stop. Why aren't you working? This is incredibly stupid. All I did now was create a new line that drives in the other direction and now it works for some reason. But I guess that's fine with me. At least we have trams now running. Here it is. Let's take a look at it. We want to increase the number of vehicles and maximize the ticket price to $50 a ride. And now let's check out this beauty. This might even be a thumbnail and it leaves a bunch of people right here to go shopping and to go to work. Somehow we're already profitable, but so far the service itself is losing a bunch of money. We just need more people using it. For that, let's grow the city. Just give them all the services they want. Crematorium, here you go. Modern medical clinic, here you go. This site will probably need extra services as well. And maybe let's check here and let's check here. I see there are some people walking. They're going home. This is not how this is supposed to be. Maybe we can make it work by making this road just a whole lot longer. This is the best route, right? The easiest one. Let's also disable parking on it. I'm sure people will abuse it. Just like that. People drive all the way here. You can see that beautiful roller coaster of cars going along. What a view. I hope they don't get dizzy. I mean, if you don't want to get busy, there is another option. This beautiful roundabout of trams. Let's check how many people are using it. Well, this one is empty. This one is also empty. Guess we just need more people. Let's offer them parks. Maybe even education, but I'll put education on the other side. So you can get educated, but you will have to pay a lot for it. Let's also give them a police station, a fire department, and let's just see what happens with some time. We are already at 5,000 population. Now our city services are breaking somewhat. We need more water. Electricity is of course still fine since we import all of that. Somehow the hearses are way over everything. Somehow we have a whole lot of dead people. I'm not sure why that is happening. So let's just get another crematorium, maybe on the other side of town. And we're profitable, barely. Let's look at the services. And transportation is already making 30,000 profit. Right now it's 0, so probably it's fluctuating a lot. But I think it's making profit already. Let's maybe drop down residential tax to 0 for now, just so we're not losing too much money, but so that we also get in more people and zone more industry because we have a whole lot of demand for it. Then a recycling center for trash, also one on this side since the cars can't really cross over. We have a big traffic jam at the city entrance. Let's actually fix that by building another path into town, just underground. This is something I do often in my cities. It's very janky, but I mean it works. And if we take a look at these streets, still no one is walking. That means everyone here is using these trams. Here it comes and people are moving into it. Let's see how many people are using it. 30 of 240. So we still have a whole lot more potential to make more money with it. And water's already running out again. Let's get more water towers, just 2 already. So we have some buffer, and I guess all we can do is just wait. This is peak efficiency. Now we're already up to 10,000 population. I had to build a fire station in this side because buildings were burning down. and the fire department from this side couldn't reach the other side. Now we kind of have a space problem. I'm really wondering whether the people that take a tram here will just walk everywhere or not. I'd assume they can't just spawn in a car, and I'm not sure how far they are willing to walk. But I guess the way to find out is just build more and hope that it works out. I'll just build it over the train lines. I hope that won't be really a problem, but I don't think it will be. I'll zone up this entire thing with industry, at least the backside of it, and then we need more commercial. I'm wondering why no offices spawn in. It might be because of education. How about we build a high school? I build it, of course, here on this other side as well. So people have to cross over for it. It's 1,000 people in the elementary school, and yeah, the high school is just now filling. Apparently we have office demand and have offices zoned, but they're not moving in here. Looking at our budget, taxation for residential is still at 0. I think we could make a profit if we increase that. Services, transportation is up a lot. And we're spending 500k on electricity imports. Maybe it is time to build some sort of power plant, or at least some wind turbines up here on the hill, just to manage the budget a tiny bit more. Quite a nice wind park. And whoa, I think that just spiked our profits, did it? I mean, we're making 200k more now with electricity and transportation. We're making 300,000 in fees right now. That's a whole lot. And I don't think they're even close to being at capacity yet. These trams are driving around with 30 people, maybe more on the way back. Yeah, 130. So they're not even at half capacity, and we're making this much profits with it. But since we still need a lot more electricity, I'll just get more wind turbines. I mean, they never harm. And they're actually also a quite good source to make profit. But of course, in this video, this isn't the goal. I mean, profit is the goal, but not with wind turbines. That should drop our electricity costs even more. Yeah, so now we're even making money with electricity. And transportation is just really fluctuating. But maybe this will clear up as soon as we have more people. Some months it's in profit, some months it's not. But I mean, the good thing is this. We are crazy profitable right now. At some point, maybe we can put all the taxes to 0 and just run on transportation. That's still some way to go. We're growing 600 people an hour. Let's quickly check in here. No people walking, that's great. But a lot of people driving, moving in. All these people are new here. I mean, I could offer another public transport route that takes people to the other side of the industry area. That's not 100% exploiting these people because it's actually a useful route. But at the same time, I think it should make money. So why not offer that route? We already have a stop here. I'll just make a stop on the other side, maybe right here. I'll draw in another line, and more of these trams are leaving. The most important things, make the ticket price the max it can be, and maybe let's also change the line color to red. This red because this is a bad route. It's not a route made only for profits. This route is actually useful to people, and I think still many people will use it because you actually have to get back here. But maybe it will also do profit. I'm not sure if it increases the expenses of our transportation service because we now have more trams in use. But overall, the cost for this tram depot should be the same. So I just say we'll be fine. I'm surprised people don't complain about more things. I mean, they're somewhat happy. They're missing mail service. I guess I can give them mail service if that is what they want. Let's just throw in a post office and maybe a mailbox in some places. And I can even give you another small post office. This should make you happy, right? We can see the post cars driving around, emptying mailboxes. This should make them happier. And then we still have the issue of office demand, even though no offices are zoning. But we have people in schools now. I'm not sure if we need university people. I guess it could be time for a college. Probably we don't have enough people for it yet, but maybe at some point we will. And I'd really like to get our population growing faster. This giant traffic jam into the city might be a limiting factor. So why not build a train station for people to arrive? They could arrive in this industry area, and then they'd have to take this entire journey to the houses first. So we'll even make profit there. There's no harm just trying it. I'll just do this and then run a passenger rail line from here to the outside of the city where there's all the traffic jam and all the way back. We already have trains going. I guess technically this would mean that people could also leave faster, but we'll just wait and see what happens here. I think people are already leaving, but either way, we want to raise the ticket price to the maximum. Sadly, there's no way to do it one way only. And this train already has 500 people. Yeah, this will for sure accelerate the speed in which people will be moving into the city. So there are now 500 people here, right? Let's see what they do. Let's just follow a random person. They're moving in. We can see here in the top left. And they will now walk all the way. Let's just follow them. I guess it's quite easy to follow all these people. They have to walk a lot now. And they'll probably walk to the tram station. Let's see if that's true. Interesting that some people are faster and some people are slower. What a beautiful view of our utopia. That's great. And yeah, I think they'll all be going to this tram stop. And these trams will now be packed. They will be paying $50 each for the tram ride. These trams are going all the way over here. Let's wait for one to arrive. Yeah, this one here is already 100% packed. It arrives. Then all these people leave, cross the street, go to this other tram stop where they will have to pay another $50 just to cross over to here. And that way we're making 500k. Perfectly balanced. And I hope this is even continuing here. Yeah, we can see all these people moving in and they all have to take this tram ride. That's incredibly expensive. That's awesome. Now I think we even have everything zoned up here. We need more space for people. That means more high density housing, some medium density on the side. Why not? And just give it a lot of space. We can probably double our population count. We're already at 20k. Let's get more commercial in as well. Maybe on these sides. And then while we are this profitable, let's change something up. I mean, we're making a whole lot of money. A bunch of it from service fees. I mean, the city at this point is basically running on service fees. We can soon reduce the taxes to 0, but I have an idea. Why not add multiple tram lines right here in between? Let's try if this works. So what if we had a street right here and another street right here? And let's just say for some arbitrary reason, they had tram lines. And then those would be all connected up in a circle, just like this. And of course on the other side, just like this. And then here the same thing. And this already exists. Now we make tram stops on each of these platforms. Let's move the stop over to here. So we're no longer offering services fully across, but just in incremental steps. And here's the last step. Let's see if this works. I mean, the question is, will new of these trams spawn in? Yes, new trams are spawning in. I hope we're not at capacity yet. Then let's take a look at all these tram lines that we have. Of course, we need to expand them. Problem is we can just assign one vehicle, but also the routes are shorter. But what we need to do for sure is to increase the ticket price all the way to the maximum for each of those routes. So they will have to pay a whole lot of money for every ride. And let's also just change some colors around so we can differentiate these. Make this one blue. Yeah, so we have a pink line, we have a green line, and we have a blue line. The total costs, if you get into the city now, is, let's check the train. So 500 people are arriving. They have to pay $50 to arrive. So we're making 50 here, 50 to get to the station. So we're 100, then 150, 200, 250. So it costs $250 to simply move into the city. And it costs $200 to cross to work or to school. That seems perfectly balanced. Oh, and people are walking on these tram lines. That's an issue. Since when can you walk on these? No, 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 no. Why? People didn't do that before. That's a problem. I wonder if there's a way we can stop it. And also it means that now our trams are fully empty. So this isn't the solution what we just did here. So let's delete what we did here. Maybe the problem is the same as with the cars over there. That the path is just... Oh, maybe I shouldn't have deleted it. Maybe the problem is that the path is just not long enough. We could fix that. Let's try if we can actually rebuild these streets here and re-add the tram lines. Yeah, it actually works. Do these trams still run? Yeah, they do. Let's test it here in the middle. What if the path was just way longer? I mean, we could elevate it, then bring it maybe up to here, bring it around, and then bring it all the way back. Overlapping items. How about this? Let's see if people will still use the walking route now. Oh, they can still walk across here. That means I need it to be another somewhat long track on this side. That is somewhat annoying. I don't really have too much space on this side, but let's try it out anyway. Maybe let's not make it as long as the other one. Just up the mountain and then all the way back. Let's see. What are people doing? People will still walk. That's crazy. Why are you trying to walk this far? Yeah, so this is also not a solution, apparently. I mean, there are tram stops here, right? Yeah, tram lines are driving here. Maybe not. They're not even stopping. Because there might be no stations. I think something broke and it's something major, but people are still walking. So yeah, I guess we have to delete everything and try to do something new again. I guess the saying is true, never change a running system. Now people are still walking. Let's see if that will change after a while or not. I don't think they did that before. And this tram line is not at full capacity either. I guess that is okay. At least this tram looks somewhat full, but more people are walking. Why are you walking? You didn't do this before. I think I just destroyed the money glitch. I mean, now our service fees are half of what they used to be. Or I guess maybe not. They just went up. I guess it's still fluctuating a lot. Let's take some time, consolidate, fix the health issues, and then try to find another way. Yeah, so it's really a problem. I mean, we are making some money and that's great. And I mean, we're now up to 1.5 million from service fees. Basically, we can drop taxation for almost everything, but all these people are walking. It's free money. Each of these dudes is $50. I have an idea though. Okay, let's try it. If this works, that's crazy. District creation tool, create a district, and this will get the policy. Gated community. Only people living or working within the district are allowed in. None of these people are working in this empty part of the city. People shouldn't be allowed through this thing. Maybe I'll even extend it up to like exactly these points. Same thing on this side. If the policy would do what it actually says, it should result in people not being here. Just saying. Either way, transport is making a good amount of money, but usage is not at 100% and people are walking. Next question maybe, can people walk on subway tracks? It will be expensive, but also I don't want to miss out on money, so I'll try something new. This policy isn't working. We start again. Delete everything here in between. We can leave these trams over there. That's not a problem. And I think it's also, I mean, it's a usable tram. No problem. How about a subway station here and a subway station here? We add some tracks. What a nice circle. Now, of course, we need a subway yard. This is quite big. Let's delete a bunch of houses for it. I'm actually not sure from which rail they spawn in. I'd assume from the one in the back, same as the train station. Try it like this. And then subway can go from here to here and back to here. Perfect. Are you leaving? You don't have electricity. Why don't you have electricity? This is a solvable problem. Just run one line across here. And we don't have access yet. That means probably trams leave from another point. That means trams leave from this point here all the way. No, they don't. They leave here from the middle. That's great. Let's take a look at it quickly. It can fit 1,000 people. That's awesome. I can jack up the ticket price. Okay, 200 people are using it. Currently no people are walking on tracks. Same thing here, a whole lot of people are waiting. Maybe this is the solution we were waiting for. I'll delete this Primrose Way gated community. This shouldn't have an effect. Maybe I'll even get in another firehouse. Why not? And now let's wait for a tram to arrive from this side. I mean, look at all these people. They all want a part of this and they all want to pay a whole lot of money. Let's see if we can fully fill this tram. I mean, this tram, if it's fully filled, it's making us 50k in just one go. And there are really a lot of people entering and exiting. This works perfectly now. Look at all these people walking. And profits are also through the roof, I hope, because now everyone has to pay these fees. There's literally no way around it. I mean, you could walk here, but still no one wants to do that. There's still a whole lot of traffic jam here. So maybe less people want to use this train line. No, still hundreds of people are moving in via this line. That's great. And now we soon face issues that we don't have enough housing. I can add maybe a tiny bit more of it. Of course, not connect these two parts, but allow for a tiny bit more of these high rises. People are even happy in this city. They're happy about fair taxes. I mean, There's 0 residential taxes in the city. At some point we can probably get all the taxes to 0. For now I want to get up the budget for the fire department. I saw some fires. Police, why not, in case people riot. And at some point I decreased garbage. Still no one complained, but you never know. Communication is now perfect as well. No one can complain. Let's just leave it like that. And next thing. Whoa, this train is almost running full at 1,000 people. Look at all these people. I mean, what is this? You're just blocking all the streets. This is a pretty profitable line, I think. It's pretty funny that this public transport line is making so much money. And now let's try to increase it. Let's try the same thing we tried before. So add roads, maybe right at the backside of the station. I'd assume people can't exit that way. I'm not sure if that's the case. I mean, there are stairs. I wonder if they can cross. Actually, let's try to find it out. Can people cross through the train station? If they wanted to, they could move through here right now and exit that side. It seems like people are not doing that, so I don't think it's a possibility in the game. And luckily for us, this means we can build more stations, just like this. Let's see if we can drive it to the whole maximum. I'm not sure if this radius will allow us for them to connect, but we'll see in just a second. They're complaining about electricity. We can get that in for sure. Everyone should have electricity. And then the big question is how to make this radius work. It might be a tiny bit too tight, but we have more space. So let's try and move these stations. I guess technically we would need to connect these two anyway. So let's try to move it one street over. Same thing on this side. And then I'll try it here. New try. Yep, this works. Perfect. So we can connect train stations in a loop. And the great thing is we probably don't even have to delete the existing rail infrastructure. This is how it looks right now. Let's try to set it up. You want streets, you can have streets. That's not a problem. We already know from electricity, this is not a problem. We'll make it work. Apart from this one, apparently. Why do you not get electricity? Maybe we then solve it above ground. Also not working. Okay, I'll give you the craziest solution. Pull out the street. Hope that it isn't as janky over here. Just connect it up. Yes, now it's working. Of course, we have a lot of signs here about complaints. And we have a whole lot of people. How many people are waiting here? 3,000. That's a lot. And that means people are using our offering very, very well. That's great. And our offering is about to get even greater because we will remodel the entire thing now. Let's delete the line we already have. Apparently it's a 21% usage. I doubt that. And let's make new lines. So let's actually wait for this line to run out. I realized I just deleted the train line. Let's get that back up and running. But no, I deleted now also the subway line. And let's quickly fix it. I'll stop the time for it. People really want to cross here, I'd assume. So we can cross from here to here and back. Perfect. And then you want to cross from here to here and back. And then you want to cross from here to here and back. And then you want to cross from here to here and back. And here and here and back. Apparently these are just now 2 subway lines with... Wait, what happened? Some of these lines didn't connect for some reason. Let's try it again. So you're running. You should be running. Oh, and this was, I think, one too much. So we now have 1 line, 2, 3, 4, 5 lines is what we should have. We have 4 now. Let's check exactly why. So we have 1 going from here to here, from here to here. This one is missing in the middle. Of course, without it, the system is useless. Now everything should be set up. Trams are leaving. Perfect. Let's recolor them. This should allow for transport of people now, right? Yes, people are using this tram. Oh no, and people are using the pathways again. Why? But not everyone. But also no, I think. Yeah, it might be just from something in between. Let's quickly monitor it. So from this station, no one is using pathways. For some reason, people are crossing between here and this station. That is interesting, but it's also not too many. So let's ignore it for now at least. And let's jack up all the prices to the max. All the prices are now at the maximum. Some very few people are still walking, but I guess that's fine because a lot of people are taking the trams. And it also means our service fees are now up to 2 million. I guess they're still fluctuating a lot. Let's grow the city a tiny bit more and then see where we are at. What seems to be interesting is people don't want to move as much to the city anymore as they used to. I guess overall that is not a problem as long as we keep the people we have. Looking at the graph, 50 are moving away each month. It's a bunch of dying. but a lot of also being birthed. And we have a somewhat large unemployment. I'd really like to get offices in, to be honest, but I'm not sure how. I could get office towers. I mean, let's do that for now. Let's see what we can get in here. I think people will work there as well, right? These two, for example, have a total of 200 employees. They're missing, of course, highly educated people. We have a college with not too many people. We have a high school that's almost full. We have an elementary school that is fully at capacity. Let's add another elementary school. Difficult to find place, just so more people can take these jobs, and it's slowly filling. That's quite good. And I feel like it's making the city growing faster again as well. Not sure if that's the case, but by now, I mean, look at these numbers going up like crazy. So really many people want to live in the city, and they really want to use this beauty. I mean, who would not want to live here? Look at all these snakes crawling around, making their way through the town. And with each of these trains, if there's just 500 people in there, we're making a profit of 25,000 per train. And then you have to take 5 trains. So I'm making 125,000, which each of these trains passing around. That's a whole lot. And that results in us making money with service fees. We're even making money with education. How did that happen? Interesting. Transportation, of course, is making a whole lot of money. And maybe we can increase the budget even further with even more wind turbines. Why not? It should lead to us importing less energy, so it saves us money, and maybe we can even export some. Let's get that in here. Probably at some point it will lead to too much electricity running through here. Now we're already exporting. Maybe we can run this through here to the industry area. Now we are exporting even more, 40 megawatts already. Let's see, that's making us 50k. I mean, the system is working. Let's just continue. I'll set up a new transformer, connect it up to the grid, just like that. And then I'll just add more wind turbines. Why not? This is gonna be a massive wind park, and I'm sure it will make a whole lot of money. Just like that. We're exporting 100 megawatts, and now it's 150. Look at all these wind turbines. It's funny. So we have all these wind turbines, and then we have this beauty right here, which is also supposedly making a whole lot of money. Now there's some people walking here, but no people walking on the train tracks. We're making 1.5 million, sometimes probably 2 with service fees. And we can solve this people walking here problem, I think, quite easily by just adding more paths to drive on. Let's see if this is sufficient. Maybe this is enough. We'll see. So this makes it another whole bit longer. Of course, with cars, not a problem. People need healthcare. Let's give them healthcare. Oh, people really need healthcare over here. Let's add a clinic there as well. What do you want? Low supplies. I guess you need to import it. That's not really my issue, to be honest. And these are complaining about customers, but overall, I mean, let's take a higher level. There's 0 residential tax. I don't really want to lower these other taxes because it would just mean that demand will be even higher, but it's already high. We're making money with education, electricity, and a whole lot with transportation. And I guess overall, let's maybe even try it. 0 industrial tax, 0 office tax, 0 commercial tax, and we're almost profitable. So you can probably make it work. I'll get back up these taxes to normal percentages, apart from residential, because these guys are already paying a lot. May I remind you, these trams carry a lot of people through here. That is how you can make a bunch of money with just the transportation system. And to be fair, you saw earlier, you don't need this crazy thing. I feel like it gets way more inefficient. If you just use trams, like I did in the beginning, it already made, I'm quite sure, like 1 million at times, or at least 500,000. So this is just so much more work for not that many returns, but overall it works pretty great. Let me know if you have any ideas what I could do next with this city, or any other concept that you'd like me to try. I hope you liked it. If you're still here, maybe consider subscribing. See you in the next one.